Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make a traditional granny square. Very simple. It's going to start with our regular loop. And we're going to be using an eye hook, but you can use any size hook you want. And you can do this with any thread size also. So we start with our loop, and we're going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to close our chain 5 into a loop. I'm going to wrap my tail around my loop so that I won't have to sew it in later. And we're going to chain 3, and inside the loop we're going to crochet our double crochets. That's one double crochet. This counts as one double crochet also, so technically we have 2, and we're going to do one more. That's 3. And we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 3 double crochets, and we're going to chain 1. So that's 2 groups of 3s. That's one group, that's 2 group. We're going to do another group of 3. And we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do one more group. We can move that tail out of the way now. We need one more. So now we have 4 groups of 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch at the top of the first chain we made. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 chain 1 spaces and 4 3 double crochet groups. So we'll chain 3. We're going to turn around, and we're going to put 3 double crochets inside our chain 1 space. Technically, again, our chain counts as a double crochet, so we have to count it as a stitch. So we're going to chain 1, and in the same space right here we're going to put 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So now we have a corner. We have 3 double crochets, a space, a chain 1 space, and 3 double crochets. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go and make another corner right here. That's 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and we're going to make 3 more double crochets. And there's our group. 3, chain 1 and 3, 6 double crochets. That's our next corner. So now we chain 1, and we're going to put another group of stitches in this corner. That's 2, and that's 3. We'll chain 1, and we're going to make another group of 3 in the same space. 1, 2, 3, and there's our next corner. We chain 1, and just like we did here, this here is going to look just like this. And now we'll fill our last corner with a group of 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, we'll chain 1 and 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and we'll chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch at the top of our chain. Now that we have more stitches in our corner than we did here in this row, the beginning row, we're going to slip stitch our way over to the middle of the corner. So this is our first stitch here that we made, our chain, and then we're going to get a slip stitch right in here, and we're going to make our way over to this corner here, and we're going to make another slip stitch. So now we're inside the corner, and we're going to make our chain 3, and we're going to make our group of 6 in this corner. And we're going to chain 1, and we're going to make 3 more in the same corner. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our chain 1 space in between. So now we're going to chain 1. So this space here, this is not the corner, this is the corner. This is the middle of your square. So in this square, we're going to put a group of 3. And we're going to chain 1. And then in the corner here, we're going to repeat what we did previously and add a group of 6 with a chain 1 in the middle. That's 3. We're going to chain 1. And we're going to add 3 more. And this is how it starts to look. So when we get to the middle of our square, we only add 3 stitches. When we get to the corners, we add 6. This is the middle of the square. Here's another middle, and here's another middle. So now we're going to chain 1 here, and we're going to add 3 stitches to the middle of this side of the square. And we do a chain 1, and now we go to our corner and add a group of 6 stitches with a chain 1. That's 3, chain 1, and we're going to add 3 more. That's 6 with a chain 1 space, and there we have our corner. So now you get to notice that our square is increasing, and now the middle of our square has 2 chain 1s. So in each of the chain 1 spaces in the middle of the square, you're going to add a group of 3 stitches instead of 6. 6 stitches only go to build the corner. Okay, I forgot to chain 1, so we have to add our chain 1 here, and we're going to add our group of 3. And we're going to chain 1, and we're going to add our group of 6. Chain 1, and we're going to add 3 more. Chain 1, and here's the middle of our square again. And we're going to add a chain 1. So now we have 2 chain 1s on this side, just as we do on all the other sides. And we're going to slip stitch at the top of our corner. So we're going to make our way over here to the middle by slip stitching so that we can begin our next row. And we're going to chain 3. And that will put us in our 3rd row. Actually, that'll put us in our 4th row. This is our 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and this will be our 4th row. Now you can continue doing this for as large as you would like your granny square to be. Chain 1, chain 1. There's our next corner. So now we have 2 chain 1 spaces in the middle of our square. So we're going to add 2 groups of 3. One group here, a chain 1, and another group here, and a chain 1. So now our square is growing, and this corner is going to, this side is going to have 3 chain 1 spaces. Now we're going to work on our next corner. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1. So here's our corner, and now our square has 3 spaces in the middle. One, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, and a chain 1. Now we're going to our next corner. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and 3 more in the same chain 1 space. And a chain 1. 1, 2, 3. 3 chain 1 spaces on this side of the square as the square starts to grow. One, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and 3 more for the corner. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and our corner is done. And we're coming in at the end of our row 4. So we have our chain 1 there, and we're going to add our group of 3 in the middle of the square. And a chain 1. And we're going to add another group of 3 in our next chain space. And a chain 1. So now we're going to chain 1 and close it right here. And that will be the end of our 4th row. So again, if you want to continue on to the 5th row, you just work your way through here with a slip stitch till you get to the middle of your corner, and you chain 3, and you continue on to your 5th row and your 6th row and your 7th row, and so on and so forth. And this is how we finish a granny square. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful.